On doing stuff though, you have said multiple times, and I think it's a really good like key for how people can take something practical away about how they can help. You say, do what you can with what you have at your own intersection.
Yes.
Do you want to explain what that means for anyone who hasn't heard it?
Yeah, it's going to look different for different people. And I don't think a lot of these problems, we've never solved them before because we've never had them before. So any person that's like, this is the one true solution is kind of talking crap. Like, nobody really knows what the solution is. So I think we've really got to throw everything that we've got at the wall. So like, okay, you're a person who is, one thing we know is that most of us in the global north are buying too much clothing, regardless of what your income level is, you know, whether it's luxury or high street or Shein, we're buying too much. Every single person can say, this year I am only buying X amount of clothing and stick to it.
Yeah.
That alone deals with a lot of the polyester products that are being churned out rapidly. You know, brands will tell you, oh, we're just responding to consumer demand. But if there's no demand, they're out of money, you know?
Yes.
So that's one practical small thing that we can do is just be like, I'm not gonna just endlessly shop. I'm gonna really, really be decisive about what it is. And then, you know, if you're someone like me, you know, level up. Stop buying 20 dresses from that store and buy one good dress. Not everyone can do that. I can do that, so I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
And then, if you have even more time and privilege, start harassing your MP and your lawmakers about this stuff. Sit down, write that letter, take a little bit of time. I can't wait to you know, have a bit more time on my plate so I can really start getting people organized on this stuff.
Yes.
You know? So
I'll
we're all
join
gonna
you.
have, thank you. We're all gonna have we all have different privileges and not everyone is gonna be able to participate in that. Not everyone is gonna be able to participate in this. But find the thing that you can do. Even if you just learn how to mend your clothing and, you know, the thing that you would throw away because you think it's broken, instead of throwing it away, you mend it. That's an action that you're participating in, and that's something that most of us can do.
Yes.
And so it's all about finding the thing that you know that this is going to work for me and doing that.
Yeah,
and
being honest with yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
and being honest about where you lie in it. Because, like I said, I heard a lot of my very wealthy peers going, oh, I shop here because I'm poor. And I'm just like, oh, is that so?
Yeah.
I know a lot about how much money you have, you know? And that's part of, I think, some of the problems that we run into in our society about all of this is that we don't talk honestly about wealth and privilege. We don't.
No, we don't.
We, in the UK, people are like, don't talk about money. That's a real disservice because I would argue there are some people that definitely lie by omission about their background and they do that to, you know, fit in, but also so that their peers aren't you know, it's probably not very fair that you get some of these things and I don't. There's a lot of people that definitely lie. And then I think there's a lot of people that are genuinely confused. That's a marker of being middle class is class confusion and not knowing where you fit in and all of that. So I think all of us really sort of unpacking our identity and where we lie in all of this is the first thing to do.
Yes.
Recognize who you really are, you know? And then once you know who you really are and you're not lying to yourself, then find your place in this.
Yeah,
and
you'll know what you can do with that.
You'll know what you can do with that. But there's not going to be one true solution. When people are like, everybody just needs to stop buying fast fashion. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's one thing you can do, but it's not solving
and not everyone is going to be able to be like, well, I'm quitting it tomorrow. You know, one thing we know is that sustainable and ethical brands have not been great on the plus size side of things. But I also think more brands are starting to offer custom sizes and starting to do extended sizes. So that's really great. It's slow going. So I wouldn't go to someone who's bigger than me, and I am a plus size person, and go why are you buying that? Because I know why. Maybe there's not a brand that's going to make your size, and that's fair.
And that's not on you
now. It's not on you.
Yeah.
And so literally we need to just recognize that we've got to meet people where they're at. And if we can do that, everyone can feel super empowered and get involved in this conversation.
Yeah, and you can bring loads of people along.
Yes.
And that's what we want.
That's what you want.
You
want more people. Yes.